Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10, and his first look is incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Get right.
So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great play.
Mike 50.
Middle.
I'm coming after you.
General West.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers there for Howard a week ago. 20 carries, 73 yards.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through contact. Brings up 2nd down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. On play action, Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had...
Mike.
Regular.
After you. I'm going.
Protein spill.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's second down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Now Howard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He is going to find Hill here.
We got this.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner.
Allen hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw, it's Allen. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a fourth and long. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Chris Carson trotting back out there. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Play action. Now it's Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Allen. And Beasley with it over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To throw again on second down. Allen, Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it third down. The Bills on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Allen. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside.
Watch tight end. 4 down. Alert. Watch 81, fellas. Watch that.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was the Redskins who were victorious in that one on the road. Dwayne Haskins, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. James White, a touchdown run in the victory. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Monday night between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can...
And we will skip.
Mike 80. Mike 5-4. Watch the screen. Pass. And get.
Allen now on first down. And the grab by Croft. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Throwing now is Allen. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking... They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Allen. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. 4 down, check.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
4 down.
Allen now to throw again. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 34 yards on the return. On 1st down, Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. Throw left side complete. It's Hill.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go. Let's see who's faster.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Allen. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Cards against this guy.
Right there.
319, pass 85, pass 85.
Throwing after the interception. Allen. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Allen throwing again. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach.
So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Seahawks, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So
Matching hundreds. Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see teams with a couple of running backs who each went over 100 yards a weekend ago, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. He finds an opening past the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. Throwing on third. Gone. He's going to air one out, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was.
Now Goff on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long. Gone. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter.
Line 20. Hey, Cal. You got 4. You got that.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Just like that. Just like that.
To throw is gone. His throw incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and it's third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself a big...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it.
Well, it's third down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turn.
Go tonight. 120. Magic.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a second down coming up. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Goff, and that one's complete to Gurley. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 10. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Goff. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Johnny Hecker now, standing just outside his own goal line. Now it's Lockett. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Chris Carson trotting back out there. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue?
Like 20. Value 1. 54. Let him know. You draw Porter.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, 3rd and long.
I got one. Right there, 54, right there.
From the gun, here's Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. William Hayes in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Returnable for Lockett. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Chris Carson trotting back out there. A good job in the passing game.
Here we go. 20. Check, bumps it. Check, bumps it. Watch the third.
On 1st down, it's gone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together, the front and back.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st down, Gone. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Gone. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he takes us beyond the...
Goes to line. 20. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The carry here for the big tight end. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be a third and about 13. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room at no less to give the punter a chance to kick the ball away. It means take care of the...
180. Shell. 16. You must.
Goff on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his output...
Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Here we go. 180. Hey. 4 down.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Gone. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. William Hayes in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Johnny Hekker now. He's been terrific so far.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Chris Carson trotting back out there. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
Cut. 180. Check. Watch 54. Watch the pass.
Now a 1st down throw. Gone. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. With a sack, it's Ziggy onside. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. 3rd and long. It's gone. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak. Now Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Goff now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Throwing again is gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. William Hayes. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now it's gone. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game.
And they're going to love it. So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks.
Recon, 152 fighter.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now it's Rosen looking, going deep here for Parker. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Single.
Now Rosen. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the gun, it's Drake. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
On 1st down, Drake. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. It's caught, Stills, right side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Chris Carson trotting back out there. Whatever he was doing. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Rosen to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain.
Now Rosen on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there.
Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Back to the air, Rosen after the pick six. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Rosen will throw. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. 3rd and long here for Rosen. It's complete to Drake. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play.
Let's go. 61, match box, right.
After the interception, here's Rosen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Rosen. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. To throw is Rosen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So... They'll start the drive with Drake. Now Drake loses the football.
baby. Yeah.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Bo Allen on the stop. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over. On 1st down, Drake. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And his throw is incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rosen. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Jaron Reed in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Drake, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now on 2nd and 13. Rosen looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills, and it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rosen looking to throw, and that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Single.
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. But it'll be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Rosen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Single receiver.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here we go. Double tight, guys, double tight.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 16 yards, a 1st down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. And that is incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make...
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Four down, check.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. He'll drop to throw. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
We got four.
They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And the ball is knocked out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah,
not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. So the victory here for Seattle, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done, really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural, but I
like where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent, like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team. Brandon Godden.
Let's go. 18 Gators. General West. Let's go. 54. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
On play action, now Bortles. And his throw here's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now Bortles on the bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me out here.
A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, you might be a little jumpy as well.
Great.
On 1st down, Bortles. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jaron Reed, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So a first quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind, he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them. Maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks.
Now he's hit, and Bortles fumble. It's loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming.
And I wonder...
15 line. 15 line.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. Stick with the oar.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. But he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 41, Bortles, complete to Golden Tate.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. 18 Gators. Come on, boy. Come on. Let's go.
From midfield, here's Bortles. On the move to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
He's going up. Cover!
On play action, it's Bortles. They'll roll him out right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down, and this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now Bortles. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 6-0 our score after 1. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter.
Ready? 30 base.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw, it's Bortles. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Yannick Ngakoue make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Looking for Shepard deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
12 yards on the return that time, and out will come the offense as they take over. Bortles now, 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Bortles. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They fake the handoff. Now Bortles. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Bortles. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Bo Allen coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Eckler. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. William Hayes make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself again.
Bortles now on 1st down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tate. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Bortles now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. Thomas, the intended target.
You see me out here? That's right.
He's at it again.
Here we go. Stick the oar. Watch the slant. Let's go.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first. And just like... Throwing on first down is Bortles. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, Michael Roberts, there. And it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Bortles. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Bortles. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Chris Carson trotting back out there. He's had a good...
Come on, set. 30 base. Tight left, tight left. Everyone got 4 down. Let's go. Check 26, check 26.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw is Bortles. Over the middle, it's Thomas. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Ready? 10 Lobo. 4 down. Let's go.
Now a play fake. Bortles. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
Looks like another...
18 Gator. Watch time. Tight end right. We got 4. 2.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Bortles. His throw incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it. Well, pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. William Hayes in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
He was the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken at around the 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. 54. It's been a long day for you. Get it.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Bortles to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Bortles now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Bortles. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Again, it's Bortles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. And that's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Rolling to his, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Yannick Ngakoue. And the Seahawks are going to take over the foot.
Ready up. Strong right, strong right, strong right. Right up.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Bortles. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. And now it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Bortles to Shepard, complete over the middle. And it's a fumble. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th.
So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the